Every year, at 10 million people die from cancer. Not from lack of medicine, not from lack of technology. Many of them had no idea that what was missing from their plate was already sitting in the grocery store. For decades, scientists dismissed the idea that food could have anything to do with fighting one of the deadliest diseases on earth. Then, the research started coming in, and what they found changed everything. Number 5. Broccoli. Broccoli contains the highest concentration of sulforaphane of any food on earth. When you chew broccoli, two compounds inside it, glucoraphanin and myrosinase, collide and produce sulforaphane, a reaction that only happens when the cell wall is broken. Sulforaphane does something remarkable. It activates a protein called NRF2, your body's master switch, for antioxidant defense. It also inhibits HDAC enzymes proteins that cancer cells use to silence the genes that would normally destroy them. A 2019 study in the journal Cancer Prevention Research found that sulforaphane suppressed tumor growth in human breast cancer cell lines. A separate study showed it reduced the size of prostate tumors in mice by over 40%. Real numbers, real labs. Eat it raw or lightly steamed. High heat destroys myrosinase. Number 4. Garlic. For a long time, garlic was folklore. Grandmothers swore by it. Scientists rolled their eyes. Then, in 2001, the National Cancer Institute published findings from a decade-long study tracking the diets of over 40,000 women in Iowa. Women who regularly consumed garlic had a 35% lower risk of developing colon cancer than those who didn't. 35% from a vegetable that costs almost nothing. The active compound is allicin released only when garlic is crushed or chopped and left to sit for 10 minutes before cooking. That waiting period allows the enzymatic reaction that creates allicin to complete. Allicin has been shown in laboratory studies to induce apoptosis-programmed cell death in several types of cancer cells, including lung and stomach cancer lines. Crush it, wait, then use it. That 10 minutes is not optional. Number 3. Spinach carries a compound most people have never heard of. MGDG and SQDG, two glycolipids found in spinach cell membranes. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found these compounds inhibited the growth of human cervical and colorectal cancer cells in laboratory conditions. But spinach's more documented power lies in its folate content. Folate plays a critical role in DNA synthesis and repair. When DNA cannot repair itself correctly, mutations accumulate. Mutations accumulate and cancer finds its opening. A diet consistently high in folate has been associated in multiple epidemiological studies with reduced risk of pancreatic and colorectal cancers. Spinach, not a superfood trend. A studied, documented source of one of DNA's most essential repair tools. Number 2. Carrots. Carrots contain beta-carotene, but that is not the most interesting part of the story. In 2018, a meta-analysis published in the European Journal of Nutrition examined 18 separate studies involving over 2.8 million participants. High carrot consumption was associated with an 18% reduced risk of developing leukemia. 18% across nearly 3 million people. From one vegetable, the mechanism researchers believe is responsible falcarinol, a natural pesticide carrots produce to protect themselves from fungal attack underground. In laboratory studies, falcarinol has shown the ability to reduce the size of precancerous tumors in rats by 1/3. The research is still ongoing, but the consistency across studies is difficult to ignore. Number 1. Kale belongs to the cruciferous family, the same family as broccoli. And like broccoli, it contains sulforaphane. But kale carries an additional compound that separates it from every other vegetable on this list. Indole 3 carbinol I3C. When you digest I3C, your stomach converts it into a compound called dim-diendolyl methane. Dim has been studied extensively for its effect on estrogen metabolism. It shifts the body toward producing less aggressive forms of estrogen, the forms associated with hormone-driven cancers of the breast and prostate. A clinical trial at UC Berkeley found that DIM supplementation measurably altered estrogen metabolism in patients at elevated risk for breast cancer. kale does not replicate that dosage in a single serving. But consistent, long-term consumption as part of a diet contributes meaningful amounts of the same compound.